Okay, in this video, we're going to go ahead and practice factoring out a common term of a polynomial. So that means is that we're doing a reverse distribution. We're taking out something that each term of the polynomial has in common and placing it out in front. And rewriting polynomials in that particular state can be useful to solving them later on down the road. So let's take a look at number 1 here. Our first step is that we're going to realize that each term of the polynomial can be broken down into its smaller parts. So 3x squared can be broken down to 3 times x, whereas 12 can be broken down into 2 times 2 times 3 times x. And then we go ahead and we see what each one has in common. It appears that each term that's over the plus sign right here, that means is that the term in front and the term in back here, what do they each have in common as far as factor-wise? So it appears that it has a 3 and a 3 and an x in common. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take a 3x and we're going to put that out in front of our polynomial, and whatever's left over is going to go ahead and stay inside. So it appears that I have an x plus 2 times 2 left over, so this is the rewritten version, 3x times the sum of x plus 4. So likewise, that was a binomial. We can do the same thing for a trinomial if need be. So this is a quadratic trinomial, and I'm going to factor this guy all out. So that's going to be 2x plus 2 times 2 times 2 x plus 2 times 2. In this particular one, we can't bring any x's out because the last term, the 4, doesn't have any x's. We can only bring out what each one has, each particular term can give out in front. So the 2, and the 2 here, we can only go ahead and take one of those because they only have one to give. So therefore, I put a 2 out in front, and the rest of it is going to go ahead, whatever's left over, be in the parentheses. So that's going to give me x squared plus 2 times 2 times x, which is 4x, plus 2. Okay, and so we just factored a 2 out there. In the third one, in this example, sometimes if we take everything that a term has, we have to have a placeholder, and that placeholder is going to be a 1. So in this one, example 3, we have x times x plus x. Okay, so we can see that each one of those has an x to give right here and right here. So the x will come out in front, and I'm left with x squared right here. Okay, so I have these guys, and that's going to give me x times x, which is x squared, plus, now, in this one right here, if you take the entire thing, it doesn't become a 0, it becomes a 1. Because if we were to consider this form right here, okay, this form that's right here, okay, this is the factored form of example 3, x cubed plus x. If I were to put the x back in, okay, and the distribution like that, that would give me what I originally started off with, okay? If I didn't put the 1 there, I wouldn't end up with that final x at the end, and therefore it wouldn't be the same as what we started off with, okay? So that's how we do these. It's going to be an important skill that we're going to be practicing and utilizing in the future. So thanks for watching.